Hey guys, I have another completed project today that's been languishing in my unfinished projects bin forever and ever, and that's my Welcome Home album. And this one's a twofer for me because not only am I finishing this album and crossing something off my unfinished projects list, but I also had a YouTube request for a home-themed mini, which this is. So it's two birds with one stone on this one. So this is all from the Teresa Collins Welcome Home Collection papers, and I chose to do a, I think it's a 10.5, no, it's an 11-inch by 5.5-inch album, is what it is. And I liked the long skinny style, and it was a lot of fun. And I bound it with the Bind It All. And I took this paper from the collection, and I just kind of sprayed this with Glimmer Mist so it would have sort of a glassy look to it, and added a 7 Gypsies knob over where the doorknob is so that there's an actual doorknob. And then this page is just a decorative page. It's just pages from the collection that I've added glossy accents and just sparkled it up. And there's still a ton of photos in this album, even though there's a few of those things like that. So here's just a picture of where I live, which this is so annoying because I took a picture and then the day after I printed the photo, they trimmed the stupid palm tree. So I didn't really want to reprint it again though because I'm lazy. So then there's journaling on the back, kind of talking about my concept of what home means to me as someone who's married to someone in the military and moves a lot. And then there's lots of wonderful quotes in here, like this one is, "The most important work you will ever do will be done within the walls of your own home," by Harold Lee. And this is just a cutout of my welcome mat and a little tag that says "Home Sweet Home" and "Welcome." And then here's 7 Gypsies pocket that I've added a really tall tag to, and I've used a piece of chipboard chandelier from the collection as a tag pull. And there's photos of the two of us. And then there's a lot of journaling about home. And to me, home is my husband, my family, my friends, my little traditions, and it's not a place. And that's what this whole album is about, that home for me is not a place. It's a concept and a way of being and a way of living. And then here are some photos that I literally just hung right in the binding, and because I wanted more photos in the album, and I added them after the album was finished. Let me show you how I did that. I just took a piece of paper, or I took two photos, and I adhered them back to back. And then I punched them with the Bind It All on one edge where I wanted them to be in the binding. And then, after you've done that, let's just pretend this is a photo. You go through and you just cut this little piece here. Just make little snips. And then you can actually push it into the binding. And I do that by just pushing it down between the two wires. And it'll hook around the binding, and it'll stay in the book. I mean, it's in. You can turn it. You don't have to be gentle with it. It'll stay. And then you can just peel it right back out if you don't like where it is or you want to move it or whatever. So that's a good way to add more photos to your Bind It All projects. You can just add them literally hanging right in the binding, which is what these are. So just more photos of the two of us. And then this quote from Thomas Jefferson: "The happiest moments of my life have been the few which I have passed at home in the bosom of my family." And Thomas Jefferson, you know, growing up, we grew up in Northern Virginia, so I've been to his house, and one thing that they really stressed at Monticello, excuse me, at Monticello, is that he only ever wanted to be home. That's all he ever wanted to do. He was like the ultimate homebody. So then this is the page where we get to family. So pictures of my sister and me and my parents and my brother and me and Alan and his dad and Alan's dad and me, more my sister, and then on to friends. And I just have pictures of all my different friends and then journaling about how and where I met them, how we stay in touch, different events and life changes. And then here, this little tag pulls out and reveals more photos. And then I just wrote a little journaling on it that says, friendship is a key to my happiness. And that's one of the things that makes me feel at home, is having my friends around me, or when they can't be around me, you know, knowing that I can visit them, and with modern technology, email, talking on the phone, all of that. Just some bling hanging from the binding. And then this one is about our little family traditions. Just more photos, and this is hanging from a hitch fastener, and the journaling on the back, there's this chandelier die cut, so it's like a swinging chandelier. And another large photo. So let's see how many photos are in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 35, because there's 6 on this tag, 36, 38, 40, and there's 2 photos in there, so 42. So despite the fact that there's pages like this, which are literally just decorative, you know, and pages like this one, which are just decorative, there's over 40 photos in this album. So that's one fun thing you can do with the bind it all, is you can hang your photos in the binding. And so I hope you enjoyed this home album, and thanks so much for watching.